Well, thank you very much for showing up today. I appreciate it. I'm Dan Janal, and I am welcoming you to the Author Alliance, which is a unique collaborative marketing concept. And it's worked for a number of people, and I hope it will work for you. Because in today's show, I want to show you how you can get more readers, turn them into prospects, convert them to clients, and build your author marketing platform. Now, that's a term that many people, I thought a lot of people knew what this term meant, and apparently a lot of people don't know what this term means. So I'm going to branch this out here and just explain what this means. If you want to sell your book to a major New York publisher, or if you want to find an agent, the first thing they will ask you is, what's the size of your author marketing platform? Tell me about your author marketing platform. Well, your author marketing platform is basically all the people that you can reach through blogs, through TV, through speeches, through consulting, through working with large corporations, through your email list, through YouTube videos, through your social media accounts, and all that. All those go to comprise your marketing platform. And obviously, the more people you can reach, the more valuable you are to publishers. And even if you decide to self-publish, which a lot of people will do, and frankly, self-publishing is a great way to make money. In fact, it may be the preferred way to make money in publishing these days. The size of your author marketing platform will have a direct bearing on how much money you will make. So I want to show you one way that you can increase your author marketing platform with my service. Now, I want to share with you my story about how I came across this, because I've tried everything under the sun. I've reached every silver bullet, every new trick that came along, just like many of you. And we'll go into the pros and cons of those in a few minutes. But one day I got this email from a guy I had never met before. And the subject line said, I want to promote your book. I feel like, yeah, right. I mean, how many times do we get emails like that? You know, I want to build your website. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to help you. So I did what any normal person would do. I threw it out. Well, 2 days later, I guess he was persistent. And we all know that people don't buy on the first ask. You have to ask them maybe 7 times. Well, he asked me again. It's like, no, seriously. I want to promote your book and it won't cost you anything. I feel like, okay, what the heck? Let me find out what this is all about. Well, it was actually a very simple concept. He was getting 10 authors together who had written books. And as you can see on this screen, I wrote a book called Write Your Book in a Flash. It was a #1 Amazon bestseller for quite some time. It's still in the top 100 on a number of lists, and I'm really proud of it. And it's a great way for me to promote my business and get more clients for my ghostwriting, my book coaching, and my developmental editing and general consulting. So it's a pretty good deal. So anyway, he got 10 other authors together who had similar kinds of books. And he said, we'll each offer our books for free to everyone on each other's lists. So in other words, I would send out an email that he would pre-write, so I didn't have to lift a finger. And it would say, hey, you can get Dan's book and you can get these 10 other books by other people who've written books to help you write better books. And cool. And they would do the same thing. And I thought, you know, I've been in webinars, I've been in group webinars, I've been in group conference webinars or telesummits or web summits or whatever you want to call them. And they're okay. You know, you get 50 people, you get 100 people, maybe you get 200 people. You know, no, it's all to the good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's all to the good. Anytime you can add people to your list, it's fine. But I wasn't expecting a whole lot. Well, turns out we do the mailing on a Monday. We do another mailing on a Tuesday, very short, you know, short and sweet. And on Wednesday, he sends me a spreadsheet and I open it up. And instead of 100 or 200 names, there are 1,456 names. I said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing. I think I've hit on something really, really good here. And I was wondering, how can I take this idea and make it even better? Because that guy was focused on writing, and that's fine. I don't have to focus on writing. I can focus on other topics where my clients exist. And that way I can offer more topics. I can do it more often. I can offer better tracking because he really didn't have a whole lot of things for follow-up that were needed for intelligent marketing. And I also realized that the marketplace will tell me more. The marketplace is never wrong. The market will tell me what they need. And I think people on this call, you very well may be telling me something that you need that I never thought of because I'm not you. In fact, I spoke to a woman who participated in my promotion, And she said, oh, you should do this for cosmetics. I said, cosmetics? I'm a guy. I use toothpaste and deodorant. That's my cosmetics. So I learned something new, and she was right, because women apparently care a lot about cosmetics and fashion and other things that, brain dead me didn't know about. So I'm going to be offering more topics as well. Now, I wondered to myself, it's an interesting idea. It worked for writers, but would it work for other audiences? So I asked my trusted mentors for advice. Was this even a good idea? Was I just thrilled with the idea of having an idea and going after it? And you might be the same kind of way. It's like, oh, this is such a cool idea. I think I'll chase it. Well, is it a viable idea? Does the marketplace want it or need it? And can I make any money at it? So I asked a few of my trusted advisors. And Henry DeVries, the president of Indie Books International in Oceanside, California, said, the more generous I am, the luckier I get. So he thought the idea of giving away books for free was actually pretty good. And he's in the business of publishing books. He's actually written 300 books, so he knows something about books. Then I asked David Hancock, the founder of Morgan James Publishing, about the concept, because his company sends a lot of press releases through my PR business, which is my main business. So we have a good relationship, and he loved the idea. He said, free books create conversations. And he wanted to promote my service to all of his authors as a marketing service for them. And I thought, wow, this is great. Not only are people who are smarter than I am endorsing the concept, but they want their clients to participate in it as well. So wow, I thought this is really cool. So I started doing the campaign. Now, I explained the campaign to you, but sometimes seeing is believing. So let me put some visuals up on the screen to show you what this looks like. People get an email that says, hey, get my book and 10 others, and you can write anything you want on that email. One person wrote, you can get my book, and if you like it, you can also click here for my consulting, and you can see my videos, and you can see my other services, and that's perfectly fine. You can say whatever you want to say in that email to your readers, and so can anyone else. And then when people click through to get their gifts, their free books, they see a page like this. And this page has a number of books on it, including by some pretty famous people. You might have heard of them, like James Malinchak and Waldo Waldman and Mary Kelly and Lee Ellis. I mean, these are big names in the speaking industry, really, really big names. So we found big names, we found up-and-comers, but every book here is a great book, a book that I am proud to be associated with. And that's one of the keys to making this thing work. I won't accept junk. There are no 3-page PDFs here. There are no one segment come-ons for a learning course or something. These are really, really good books that have been rated very highly on Amazon and are written by people who I know and trust and respect. And if I don't know them personally, they get to become pretty good friends pretty fast. So that's pretty cool too. So if someone wanted to download one of these books, they would click on the little blue bar that has the person's name. It would go to another screen that has the person's name in the book and a little bit about it, and they can enter their name and email address. And my webmaster is really fast. He took down the page that I was going to put up here. So this says the book giveaway has ended, which goes to show that we do honor the end of these promotions. You might have seen other promotions say, oh, our server died, so we're going to have this promotion go another day. Nah, we don't do that kind of garbage. But anyway, this is a placeholder page that I'll fix in the future. But you get the concept here. We're asking for their first name and last name. This way, you can email people with their first name, like, hi, John, how are you? I see you downloaded my book. Would you like more information? Do you have any questions? Is there any way I can help you? Blah, 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 blah. So it can be very personal. So the first name, the last name, their email address. We don't ask them for a million things like their phone number, because you're not going to call them. I'm not going to call them. They don't want you to call them. So I ask them for their phone number. Then we ask them to click to confirm, and then we have an agreement. By filling out this form, you agree to receive additional emails from Dan Janal. This would have your name in it as well. So they're giving you explicit permission that this is kosher, and everything we do is above board and legal and ethical. Okay, so why does this work? You're wondering, like, why does this work? Banding together with a bunch of other people? I don't know. Well, here's the truth of the matter. The magic is in the mix because we can leverage each other's lists. Now, I burnt out my list, I'm pretty sure. They hear from me a lot. They know I have a book. They've either bought the book or they haven't bought the book, and that's the end of it. So I need new people. We all need new people. And we all get emails from people saying, oh, we have a list service, whatever, we'll match. No, that's garbage. We all know that's garbage. It's coming from the third world. These people are going to take your money and give you nothing. I am putting together people who have verified lists of prospects who would be interested in your book and your service. That's why we leverage each other's lists, because our followers want more information. This is a win-win-win. You win, they win, and I'm putting this together, and I'm charging a small fee, and I win. So it all works to be saying. Now, I've done this enough. It's still a new service, but I've done this enough to hear a couple of objections. So I want to handle those kinds of objections or questions you very well might be having, because these are normal questions that any logical person might be asking. And the first is, I just realized this is on, this panelist screen is up. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's kind of distracting. So I'm going to see if I can take that down. Give me a second. I can't get my cursor over it. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Cursor disappeared. Cursor there. Oh, well, I guess Zoom hasn't quite figured this out. Well, Adam, if you're listening and if you can figure out how to get rid of the participants button box, or if you don't even see the participants box, then we're good. Okay, picking this up again. Now, you might be saying, I don't want readers to read a book by my competitors. And that would be kind of foolish, because your prospects are going to read lots of books by lots of people, and they're going to buy from the person they resound with the most. So this gives you a chance to find whole new people who can resound with you because they got everything they needed from the other person's lists. So that's cool. The other thing is, not all books are going to be direct competition. I did a campaign a few weeks ago for sales and marketing books. And the category is just broad by definition. Someone had a book about how to sell products. Another person had a book on how to manage your teams. Another person had a book on negotiation tactics. So even they're all in the broad umbrella of sales and marketing, they really don't compete directly with each other. They really enhance each other. And I think that's really key, because we all grow by helping each other. And frankly, people read more than one book in a category. Don't you? I mean, look at your bookshelf. Don't you have like a zillion books about, pick a topic, coaching, dieting, losing weight, getting a job, writing a resume, getting new business, whatever you want to learn. So if people buy one book in that market, the chances are they're going to read another book in that market. So what not to do? There are many ways to promote your business. This is one way. You might have tried some other ways. You're probably saying, why is this way better? So let's go through some pros and cons of other ways. You can do a joint mailing with one friend. That's great. It's my concept. Other people have been doing this for years. I'll mail to your list. You mail to my list. We'll all walk away happy. That's great. Now supersize that. Imagine you had 10 friends and you each mailed to each other's lists. Now you're really exploding it. You're really supersizing the idea of taking a proven concept of joint mailing with a friend. Now you're joint mailing with 9 new friends. What about web summits and conferences, web conferences? I love them. They're great. But here's the problem with a web summit. They recruit you and they ask you to send something out in 4 weeks. And you do. But the summit is in 4 weeks from there because they want to get lots of promotion and get things together. So you're mailing someone, they get your invitation, and then 4 weeks later, they get the invitation to say, okay, the summit is starting. Well, what happens on a summit? There are 5 hours of programming a day. 5 different people speak for 5 hours. So that's a lot of content. Who has time to listen to 5 hours? I don't, and they do it for 5 days. So it's 25 hours of content over 5 days. No one's going to listen to all those things. So you're basically renting out your list to someone else, hoping that every one of those 25 lists are going to show up, hoping that they aren't burnt out, hoping that they come to your episode, hoping they listen to the entire episode, hoping they listen to your offer at the end of the episode, hoping that they click on the link that you're offering either on the episode or on a show notes page that's attached to the episode, hoping they read your stuff when it downloads because everyone's really busy. Who has time to read all that stuff? And then hoping they actually take a call to action. That's a lot of hoping. And I heard a wise person say that hope is not a strategy. So while web summits sound good in theory, it really may not work out as well as you thought. Now let's look at some other ideas. Podcasting. Podcasting is great. I podcast. I invite you to go to my podcast and listen to how people just like you have written their books and offer tips on how to write your book. It's called topbusinessleaders.com. That's the website. And the podcast is Write Your Book in a Flash with Dan Janal. It's great promotion and advertising for me. It's great networking with my guests. And I learn things too. And my guests learn things too. But again, I'm hoping that someone is going to find it and listen to it and act on it. So again, a lot of hope there. Some people like to do a blog post exchange. That's fine too. But again, you write a blog post, it appears on someone else's site, they write a blog post, they put it on your site. And again, you're hoping they get enough traffic of qualified people who are going to read your blog post and say, aha, I need to know more from her. How can I find out more? Let me go to her site. So that can work. It's a good part of your strategy. All of these are good parts of your strategy that should be in your marketing mix, but there's some things that are better than others. That's all I'm saying. Now, you might be saying to yourself, what about Facebook ads? Well, Facebook ads are really good for targeting, but they're really expensive. I have friends who spend anywhere from $30 to $300 to get qualified prospects on Facebook. It's expensive. And because face it, people are going to Facebook to see pictures of cats and videos of dogs and their grandchildren and their friends and stuff like that. They're not going there saying, gee, I hope I can find a book about whatever. So I don't know that Facebook is so great for promoting books anyway. So you might be saying, what about Amazon ads? People do go to Amazon to look for books. That's true. Amazon ads are great. You don't pay for them until someone clicks on a link. I strongly advise you to use Amazon ads. That's a great part of your marketing program. So there are pros and cons to everything. So you might be wondering, how effective have my campaigns been? Well, we just started this up, still learning, still feeling, still improving, and you're part of the initial stages of it. So you're getting in on the ground floor, which is really cool because there are advantages for that. So let me tell you about 2 campaigns that we just did. A few weeks ago, we did our first campaign for sales and marketing books. 500 prospects downloaded thousands of books. And we had big names there like Connie Podesta and David Newman, Greg Williams, Meredith Elliott Powell, and Holly Duckworth, and others. And it was really good. And they were really happy with it. And that was cool. This last week, we just finished our second campaign for leadership and management. And this time we had 800 prospects downloaded thousands of books. It was much bigger. I guess leadership and management is a bigger category than sales and marketing. We learn, we do, we see. We learn by doing. And we also had big names like James Malinchak and Waldo Waldman and Mary Kelly and Lee Ellis. Really, really famous people in the speaking circuit. So they were really happy with it. And we're going to be doing another campaign, which is something that you might qualify for. We're going to be doing this on August 10th and 11th for motivation, inspiration, and self-improvement. And we already have big names like J.V. Crum and Lisa Ryan, who created the Grategy website, and Gail Hayes as participants. So we do have spaces for, 7 others at this point, and we're a few weeks out. So if you're interested in that, if you have a self-help book or motivation or inspiration, love to talk to you about that. By the way, we'll be doing all these topics every quarter. These are our big 3 topics. We figure that this is where our sweet spot is. So 1 month we'll be doing sales and marketing. 1 month we'll be doing leadership and management. 1 month we'll be doing motivation, inspiration, and self-improvement. And we'll probably add more topics as well as we find out what our readers want. So you might be wondering, what did people think? How successful was it? Let me read a few quotes from some of the people who participated. Tamara S. Raymond, the author of Careering, said, "I want to make a difference in the world. Offering my book for free is a great way to help more people." So yes, we all want to make money, but we also want to have influence. And this service is a great way to spread your message and get more people and affect more people. Alan Cohn, the author of The Connection Challenge, said, the key to any marketing campaign is getting new qualified prospects. With the Author Alliance, I gained hundreds of new prospects. I can't wait to start connecting with them. And you can do that. You know, this is a great way to find readers and then turn them into prospects and convert them into customers. So Alan really laid it out there. Lisa Levy, the author of Future Proofing Cubed, said, the Author Alliance marketing campaign is a wonderful way to extend reach for your books. Having 10 plus free ebooks grouped together provides a great breadth for a give to your clients and prospects. Running the campaign via email and social media is quick and simple. And isn't that the truth? You know, we want to make this as quick and simple as possible. It's a 2-day promotion. You get your list of people who download your book on the 3rd day. Simple, it's not one of the things we have to wait forever to make things happen. It's very, very fast and obviously effective. Mary Kelly, the author of 13 leadership and business books, said, great innovation happens when people join forces to share resources, promote each business and leadership, and genuinely help each other. Dan's Author Alliance is a great opportunity to help others and help grow your business. So these are people who participated. They saw the names, they saw the return on their investment, and they're very, very happy. Now, as I mentioned before, these big 3 topics will be repeated once per quarter, but the space is limited to 10 authors. Why 10? Well, not everyone's going to download all 10 books, which is fine. But if we had 20 books, they might download a total of 10 books. Now they're overwhelmed. I don't want people to be overwhelmed. I want to make this a win-win-win for everyone. So if we do have a limited number of books, people are going to pick the 2 or 3 or 4 that they want and then read them, devour them, and get in touch with the authors. So that's good. Plus, if we had 20 people participating and 20 people had email marketing campaigns, the readers would just burn out. So yes, I could make more money. Yes, I could make more money if I expanded this to more authors, but I think you'd get a lower quality experience and our readers would get a lower quality experience. So I'm willing to sacrifice money in order to have everyone walk away with a greater experience. So what are some future topics? I'd love to hear from you. Please send me an email or write in the chat box because I believe that the marketplace will tell us. Now, my background is focused on business and productivity, but what about things like hobbies and sports and activities, maybe relationships and parenting, maybe even fiction? I don't know. We'll see. The marketplace is never wrong. We're also looking at future services. For example, one of our clients for this last promo said, I have an audiobook. Can we include that? And I thought, well, why not? It turns out he's with a major publisher and he can't give away an ebook for free, but he has the audiobook rights and he could give away the audiobook for free. So if you're like, great, why not? So we're flexible. We'll figure this out. Also, another prospect asked us if we could direct traffic to Amazon because he could offer free books on Amazon for like a 5-day window once a quarter. So if you're a self-publisher, you can probably do that same thing too. And we could actually collect the names of people before we send them to Amazon. And that way you would have the mailing list. And at the same time, if people download your free books on Amazon, that increases your Amazon sales ranking and Amazon rates you higher. So it could very well propel you to a bestseller list or add more oomph to a book that's a couple of months or a couple of years old, you know. So I'm open to anything. So ask me and tell me because my motto is the marketplace is never wrong. They'll tell us what they want. So as we go forward, obviously things will change. We're starting off here. Our requirements are pretty nominal at this point. We want good quality books. We have a low fee, but as things progress, we're going to get bigger names. We're going to get more competition for these limited number of spots. So supply and demand, we're going to charge a higher entry fee. We're going to ask that people have a larger list size. I mean, right now we want people to have at least 500 people on their list. We've had some people have 20 or 25,000 people on their list. As we get further into this, we're going to start demanding to have larger list sizes, unless you happen to have a really, really killer book or a really, really killer reputation, and we really want to help you. So we will make exceptions for the up-and-comers because, hey, I was an up-and-comer one time. I needed help. I'm happy to help people if they have a great product. But the way this is going to work is we need people with big list sizes, and the bigger, the better, so that will become a more stringent requirement as we go along. So starting out now, we're happy to talk to people of any list size because we have some people with gigantic lists who can take along some of the people with smaller lists. So if you're interested in this, you really want to consider about locking in your title now. Now, I know some of you are wondering, how can I help you more? And here are two ways. Number one, you can sign up now and guarantee your spot. Here's the web address. You can write it down, authormarketingplatform.com. Once again, authormarketingplatform.com. You'll see this on many additional slides going forward. I wish it were clickable. I don't know if Adam can actually type that into the chat box and then people can click on the link in the chat box, but this is pretty easy to remember. Okay, the fee, yes, there is a fee. It's $495 for one marketing campaign. And we will be doing the sales and marketing. We will be doing leadership and management. We will be doing self-help, motivation and inspiration again, and we may have others. So if those topics appeal to you, please go to authormarketingplatform.com, reserve your spot, and I'll talk to you about all the requirements and how to participate. It's really simple. Basically, you just send us the PDF of your ebook. You send us the cover of your ebook and a 2-sentence description of your ebook that we'll put on the website. And that's it. We'll send you the templates that you'll send to your email participants, and you can change that to promote anything or say anything you want about yourself. So really, really simple. I believe that life can be really, really simple. Why muck it up by making it difficult? Okay. Number two, here's another way you can make money. You can refer your friends and your clients. You can become an affiliate or a marketing partner. Some of you have never heard the word affiliate. Don't worry about it. Well, I'd like the term marketing partner better. And basically, you get 20% commission for every person you recommend who signs up. So if you run a small publishing company, a hybrid publishing company, this will be perfect for your authors. If you're a coach who has clients who've written books and they want more publicity and more exposure for their books to build their marketing lists, this is a great way for you to make a little extra money as well. So I told you before, we're offering those same 3 topics every quarter. So there's always a spot available, but we do limit it to 10. So they want to lock in when at the earliest time. So people have asked me, who will be in the promotion with me? You know, people are very susceptible, and, you know, people want to see big names. And I think I've proven to you that we have a lot of big names there. We also have a lot of new names, you know, so it's share the wealth. And you build your brand by being on the same platform as the big names. So you might be saying to yourself, well, I only have 500 people on my list or 250 people on my list, and my book just came out. I'm just getting started. You know, how will this help me? Well, if you're on a landing page, you know, the book page with other top names in the industry, your brand increases because you're rubbing shoulders with the big boys. You know, how many times have you heard speakers say, or see speakers' website where they say, I shared the platform with Ronald Reagan and George Bush. You know, now suddenly you think higher of them. Didn't matter that George Bush spoke on Monday and they spoke on Friday. They say that, but that's inside baseball stuff. The point is, you always want to have pictures taken with famous people because it rubs off on your brand. If your book is positioned next to the books of famous people, people will think that you're famous too. So that's a good branding thing. It helps you as well. Okay. So people also ask, how big a list size do I need? Right now, we have a minimum of 500 people, unless you have a big social media following. And I realize that some people really crush it on social media. And if that's the case, I'd love to talk with you and see what kind of response you get, because influencers are a whole new breed and it really works. So let me know. Now, I did get a number of questions beforehand, and I want to answer them as part of this presentation, and we'll have time for questions at the end as well. So Michael asks, what is the ROI, return on investment, for developing this type of platform? Great question. Well, in order to look at an ROI, you really need to compare it to something. So let's look at a couple of comparison measures. One is the cost of acquiring a prospect. And frankly, most people don't even compute this number. And you should, because you really do need to know how much it costs you to get a prospect. I mean, I have a friend who does Facebook ads, and it costs him $10 to $30 per prospect and more. And then he has to talk to them, and that takes time and money and staff time and money too, and the commission to pay the person who actually sells the service to his prospect. So what's the actual cost of acquiring a prospect there? It could be hundreds of dollars, and I'm only asking $495. So if you got 200 new prospects, let's say 250 to make life easier, make the math easier, that would be $500 divided by 250 new prospects. It's $2 per prospect. So that's not bad, especially compared to things like Facebook ads. Here's another way to look at it. How much is a client worth to you? So you just spent $2 to get a prospect, right? Okay. And you have 200 prospects, and let's say one out of those 200 people buy from you. So you would say, oh, that's a really horrible close rate. But what's that one person worth to you? That's really the question you should be asking. So let's say you're a speaker. Well, if you sell a speech, that could be worth $5,000 to $25,000. That's not a bad return for a $495 investment. Let's say you're a coach. How much do you charge per month? Some people charge $2,000. Some people charge $10,000 per month. So imagine you just paid $495 to get one new client, pays for itself in the very first month. You might even charge $200 or $400 an hour. It may pay for itself just by your first hour. You know, it does happen. Another way to look at it is your consulting. How much do you charge for consulting? Some people charge $5,000 for a project. I know people charge $1 million for an assignment. So when you look at that, the cost of my program is really insignificant. So if you earn that much from a new client, imagine how much you could make from getting 2 clients. So it's just using the bare minimum here. If you got 1 client that gave you $5,000, you're getting a 10-time return on your investment. If you got 2 clients, well, you can do the math yourself. So it's really not that much. So Bonnie asks a question that's a little bit more in depth. What is the investment cost and timeline to see the results of the product and see the results in the monetary return? Well, Bonnie, I answered part of that before, and I hope that helped you, but I want to give you another way of looking at it. Have you thought about the lifetime value of a client? A lot of people haven't. So let's look at it this way. Let's say you make $500 from one client, so you paid for itself, and then they renew for a second month or a second year. Now, your cost of acquiring the client drops dramatically. Now imagine they stay for 3, 4, 5 months or 3, 4, or 5 years, and you realize that, again, your initial investment is really nothing when you look at how much you're going to make from that person over their lifetime service with you. So it really can pay for itself quite quickly. So when you consider the value, the lifetime value of a client, the investment in this campaign really is negligible. Here's a quote from David Newman, the author of Do It Marketing and Do It Speaking, to put this into perspective. If you want to get more readers, more reviews, and a whole bunch of new email subscribers for much less than pay-per-click ads, then participating in an Author Alliance promotion is your best bang for the buck. Authors work together to promote each other, and everybody wins. You'd be crazy not to do it. Well, thank you very much, David. Another happy client. Here's a quote from Lee Ellis, the award-winning author and presenter and leadership coach of Leading with Honor. He says, Dan's expertise and platform for expanding the message of Leading with Honor has aroused the attention of new customers and clients. His enthusiasm and techniques are well suited for speakers and authors. Well, thank you very much, Lee. Another happy client. Well, I also got a question or a comment from someone who I would call Mr. X. And he wrote to me, I see a third of the people downloading my book are from my mailing list. I thought I was going to get new readers. Well, Mr. X. Mr. X is a little short-sighted. Well, first of all, 2/3 of the people coming are new. So some people see the glass half full, some people see the glass half empty. I think we know where Mr. X falls on that chart. So I want to point out something very interesting that Patricia Fripp, a Hall of Fame speaker, told me, and is the hallmark of my marketing. She said, it is not your client's responsibility to remember that you are still in business. So think about it, Mr. X. You just got several hundred people who know, like, and trust you, but who haven't engaged with you. Now they're engaging with you in another way, and you're staying top of mind with them because you just gave them something for free that they value. And if we trust the law of reciprocity, you did a solid for them. Now they're going to do a solid for you. So to repeat what Patricia has said, it is not your client's responsibility to remember that you are still in business. If people on your list are now engaging with you in a different way because you came up with this great idea to offer them your book for free, then more power to you. This is actually a benefit. You know, and working with other people really is a benefit. This is a picture of me with Ken Blanchard, the author of The 1 Minute Manager and Who Moved My Cheese and about 60 other books. And he said, you know, I've never written a book by myself. I always write books with other people because I learned so much. And I thought if a genius like him can teach me about the value of collaboration, then I don't need to be a one-trick pony anymore. I can work with other people. I can bury my pride and say, hey, it could be fun. It could be beneficial to work with other people. You know, there's an old adage, an old saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So do you want to go fast or do you want to go far? So here are the two options. Number one, you can sign up to guarantee your spot right now by going to the authormarketingplatform.com. Number two, you can refer your friends and clients. Send me an email. We'll send you a special link that you can send to your friends. And every time they sign up, we will know and you will know, and you'll get a 20% commission for every person who you recommend who signs up. And again, you can sign up or send an email to me at dan@prleads or go to authormarketingplatform.com. Now you can do this. This is simple. I hope I showed you why who you are right now and what you have experienced in your life is enough for you to get more prospects with your book. I hope I've showed you why it doesn't take long to get new prospects. You can have new prospects in as little as 3 days once we launch a campaign. And you don't have to be a genius to get new clients. In fact, you don't even have to know how to type or spell properly. A little typo there. Hey, things happen. But you don't have to be a genius to get new readers. You just have to band together with other people who have good lists and that are good prospects for you, and then you can get more prospects. So I want to thank you very much for showing up here today and for asking your questions in advance. I also have time for questions as well. Adam, can we turn on the microphone or the audio to get questions? I'll also check my email to see if any questions have come through, and we'll see where that goes. Let's see. Going to my mailboxes. Let's see. Okay, John sent me a note, but he's just thanking me for the invitation. That's great. Oh, I actually do have some questions preloaded. I'm sorry. Mary said, what are the steps to building the market? Well, I just showed you. You band together with 9 other people who have similar market. You work together. You offer your book for free. They offer their books for free. You all grow. Now, why would attract someone to me and my product? Or what would attract someone to me and my product? Well, Mary, I don't know anything about you, so I really can't answer this question. I wish I could. So please email me and tell me more. I don't know if you're into, if you're selling drones or if you're selling relationship consulting. I don't know. There are different answers for whether you have a product or whether you have a service, and everyone's a little different. So if you want to have another conversation, please go to authormarketingplatform.com and request a time to talk with me. I'm happy to talk to anyone for 15 minutes and see how I can help them. Okay. There are a few other questions. Let's see. John asks how to publish an ebook on Amazon. Okay, it's actually really, really simple. Amazon has a service called Kindle Direct Publishing. You can go to kdp.com or go to Amazon. There are a couple of different ways to get there. You can go to Google and type kdp.com and you'll get there too. And it's a very simple process. It's basically filling out a template. You tell them the name of your book, what it's about. You upload your book. You tell them what categories to put it in. You tell them what price you want to sell it at. And within a couple of hours, or maybe not more than a day, your book is up on Amazon. It's really, really simple. I could refer you to people who could help you do this, but honestly, you could do it yourself. If you need help actually publishing the book in terms of proofreading, copy editing, layout, design, cover design, and such like that, I can refer you to people who do that kind of work as well. So again, just send an email to me at dan@prleads, and I'll be happy to refer you out for that. I think those are all the questions I had. So I'm going to look at my email again. And let's see, Otto sends an email. Hey, Otto, I look forward to your presentation. No, he didn't write a question either, but thanks for letting me know. Let's see. Beatrice. Okay, Beatrice is writing a question. Let's see. How to put on autopilot. How to put what on autopilot? How to put your email marketing on autopilot? Well, I'm using a service called ActiveCampaign, which is really, really tremendous for setting up emails and setting up sequences of emails. And if you're interested in that, let me know and I can send you an affiliate link for that. And it's really, really powerful. If that's not the answer to your question, or if you asked a different question, just send me an email and we'll talk privately. Let's see. Let's see. Here's another one. Okay, that was just a thank you for being here. And I think that's it. So unless there are any other questions, I think that is it. So again, thank you very much for showing up today. I appreciate your being here. I look forward to working with you if you think this is the right program for you. And if you think your friends can benefit from it, I'd appreciate the referral too. Well, thanks again, everyone. This is Dan Janal signing off, and I hope to see you at the Author Marketing Platform when we do another Author Alliance marketing program for people just like you. Thanks. Have a great day.